Situations are a little bit different, okay? In the short run, the firm has two options. Assuming subnormal profits are made. Okay? If the firm is making a loss, it has two options. In the long run, no option. The moment you make a loss, pack up and go. Okay? So, continue. Versus, I need to calibrate this meaning. I need to explain it a bit further. In the short run, when I say shut down, I don't mean leave the industry. It cannot leave. It's still tied down by the tenancy contract. So shut down means you pull the shutters down, but your signboard is still up. This is how to understand it properly. We are now in a very old shopping mall. You just walk around level 3, level 4, level 5. You see some units where there are a lot of brochures underneath. They have not opened the store for a long time, but the signboard is still there. What does it mean? They are still paying rent, but they decided not to operate anymore. Why do they still have to pay rent? It goes back to the very definition of your short run. They are still tied by the tenancy contract. You understand? Okay. So this means you are paying rent. Okay. Still paying rent because you are tied by your tenancy contract. If you are not tied by tenancy contract, we wouldn't say you are in the short run. Okay. Okay. So in this case, you can either continue or you can shut down. Okay. Let's say I continue. I still make revenue, agree? And because the diagram you draw is all in terms of average revenue, average cost, can I just say I still have AR? AR is still made. If I shut down, no AR. I pull down the shutters, of course I'm not selling anything. How to make revenue? Zero. In terms of cost, if I continue, fixed costs, rental. Remember last week we had discussion on why ASC is falling, okay? I still incur variable costs like wages. Is that okay? Can you tell me what kind of costs I incur when I shut down? Do I incur both? Then what? Fixed costs, very good. I still have to pay rent. This and this mean the same thing. You still have to pay rent. You cannot sever your ties and leave the industry. Okay? So sometimes you see a new restaurant that came up in a shopping mall near your house, and then suddenly it closes down. They still have to pay the rent every month. Okay? So now it's a bit clear. You have two options, and ultimately, it is about these two deciders. Because AFC, either way, you incur it. So you really have to consider AR versus AVC. You will choose to continue if AR exceeds AVC. Let's explain this in words because the examiners expect you to be able to interpret. Okay? The excess of means after paying off your variable cost Okay, after you pay off your variable costs like wages, utilities, raw materials, there is some left over to partly offset fixed costs. The idea is partly offset. If I fully offset, what kind of profits am I making? If I pay off variable, then just nice to pay off fixed costs. Normal profits. Correct? But partially offset or partly offset means your overall, your loss is smaller compared to shutting down, where the loss is your fixed cost. I want to see if you can follow this, right? So 3 parts to this. 1, 2, 3. If you're not sure about 1, 2, or 3, let me know. Any questions with 1, 2, 3? No? Okay, very good. So this is option 1, but you will choose to shut down if AR is less than AVC. How do you explain this? Okay. Since your AR, since your revenue earned cannot fully offset your variable cost. You see, I always try to give you examples of variable costs, like wages, utilities. Okay. The total loss made is, okay, the remaining variable costs not covered by revenue plus fixed costs. Okay, total loss, uncovered variable cost plus your fixed cost. Hence, the firm is better off shutting down and incurring fixed costs as its losses. Okay, this is one way to explain it that makes sense. Any questions here, you can let me know. Okay. Okay, there's one question on normal profits. I'll explain that. Okay. And one of you asked, what happens if AR is equal to AVC? If they are equal, you're indifferent. You can either choose to continue or you can choose to shut down. Most likely they will continue in the hope that things improve. Okay? Can? So you can take these two down, then we'll take it that your AR ABC thing is covered, is done. Then your question is probably, do we have to draw in the ABC as well? It was in the syllabus.